Hello, welcome to Arvendo Gaming. My name is Warwick and this is episode 35 of my Let's Play the Banner Saga series. In the last episode we started out following Rook, going through the old wood and getting high on various things, seeing Alet, I believe it was Alet. And yeah, we saw the ground break up again a little bit, and our party split into two again. Ivan and went off to do some sort of secret thing. I have a sneaking suspicion that died and Ivan did something to try and bring her back, and that's what's caused all this shit. That's my sneaking suspicion anyway, but we'll see how that goes. And then after that we went north to catch up with Bolverk and The Ravens. Yeah, and that's where we are right now. So let's get right into it, hey? Let's start off with a talk with this Walka. I can't remember her name. Zephyr is speaking quietly to Folka when you approach. Not forbidden, only rare for Walka to have children. So Nichols was like a son. He was not my child by birth. What did you do to him back in that cave? Some mother killing your cub to save your own fur. He's dead. No use talking about him. What did you do to him back in that cave? I did the only thing I could do. The thing we never want to do. The Walker's eyes fill with tears. I forced a skip in the pattern, which won't mean much to you. Suffice it to say that menders usually repair skips or mistakes in the woven fabric of our world. They cover powerful exposed threads until all is right and the pattern is whole. I did just the opposite. You stare at her blankly. By skipping Nichols, I exposed a thread and used that power to end Ilas's attack. And that cost Nichols his life? Yes, but it is a sacrifice every mender is prepared to make, should it be necessary. How do I know you won't try to skip me when we get to Manaharr? Because I can't. It is a conscious choice a mender is taught how to make. Silence spans a few moments. A brave kid then. The Ravens will remember him in a battle chant. I'm sure he'd have liked that. Was there anything else you wanted to discuss? Any idea why Gula would abandon its prisoners? What do you know about that darkness? Enough talking, let's get moving. What do you know about that darkness? The Wildcat stares into the distant sky. Truly nothing, though it feels wrapped in all the trappings of power abused. Enough mistakes to ruin the entire weave. Your anger suddenly rises. More Wildcat secrets. No, not on my part, but others perhaps. Luckily, we're heading toward the one place with answers. Any idea why Gwyla would abandon its prisoners? I've been out of contact with the council since I departed for Bindle, but it can't be good. If the prisoners were telling the truth about everyone fleeing to Arborang, King Meinolf will have a serious problem to handle. I wonder if Rook and the others know what they're heading into. They're not of our concern. Enough talking, let's get moving. Agreed, we need to get this car to Manaharr soon, and we're not far now. Alright. Let's talk to Sigbjorn. You find the varl near an empty barrel, staring at the darkness. He would be drunk if there was more mead for him. What is it we're doing, Blood Axe? I mean, honestly, what's the plan rattling around in that head of yours? To get paid like always, I'm trying to keep us all alive, to beat you senseless if you keep drinking all the mead. I'm trying to keep us all alive. And you don't find that strange? A wild berserk playing den mother to a bunch of humans? You get in Sigbjorn's face with a deep growl. Maybe you've outlived your welcome here. Save your show of strength for the one of your pups here who might actually be intimidated. You grab the warhawk by a horn and punch him in the gut. He doubles over, coughing. Fair cool. The red-headed wild grunts, rearing up with a punch that catches you in the chin. While you recover, the ravens all gather around, some daring to cheer. Volker watches with interest. Charge Sigbjorn with your head lowered. Try to wrap him up and slam him into the ground. Hurl a barrel at his head. Hurl a barrel at his head. The barrel is a good weight in your hands and moves quickly through the air, shattering against Sigbjorn's face and spilling salted fish on the ground. Before he can recover, you lay into him with heavy hits, punching him in the face and stomach until he falls. The fallen giant spits out a tooth. Whatever point you were trying to make, you made it. You walk away from the cheering of the ravens, feeling good. There you go, bit of morale, that's always cool. Alright, let's just check our heroes to see what we're looking at here. Okay, 2 days of injury. We've got good morale at the moment though, so okay, let's in that case let's promote Bark so we can use him as a replacement for Volker for now. Yeah, confirm that. Don't have anything lower down except for, let's put that on him. What's that do? Maybe let's put that on him. We'll get Volker out. We'll put Bark in, and Krummer. Let's promote him. What were we doing with him? Okay, he's getting pretty beefy now, so let's give him some more strength. And what's he got on him? He's a level 5 now. Let's give him this one +2 armor resistance. Alright, and let's see if we can buy any supplies, because supplies are always good. 1 renown gets 2. Yeah, let's just... Oh geez, we're not getting too much, are we? Alright. Cool. And let's leave. These woodcutters were no slouches in a fight with those prisoners, Spar says, coughing. I've seen weaker men in Warden, and I think this group realizes their idea of staying here is a pretty bad one. You want me to recruit them? I bet we'll need all the fighters we can get. I don't want any others to look after. More fighters are always good, but what's the downside? Same as it's always been, the old wanderer says. They eat like blasted trollers, but can't find food to save their lives. Our supplies will go quicker. We'll risk it, recruit them. I've got a suspicion you actually like humans more than any other while alive, Spar says, chuckling until he starts coughing and wheezing for air. Get +35 fighters, that's not a bad thing. I wonder what that is in the foreground there. Anyway, a large group of the clansmen from Bindle have stopped, gasps and whispers among them. What's the problem now, you ask, breaking into their circle and finding a couple protectively holding a bundled baby. It's a curse, an omen, an old man says. The child's been replaced, changed, never seen anything like it. You wouldn't know a thing about this, but they do. He points at the couple and the others nod, a few women holding their children tighter. Maybe the darkness did it. Maybe they have dark secrets. It's a sad, hard thing to accept, but either the babe dies or we all suffer fiercely. Then kill it or I will. I'm not taking any chances. Show me the kid. Feign nonsense. Get moving or I'll make you suffer. Then kill it or I will. I'm not taking any chances. No, the parents scream, but your word is the law. The old man pries the baby from the mother as others hold her and her husband. The wailing lasts for what feels like days. You learn the parents stayed behind in their grief. Voices are definitely getting a little bit tougher as we go along now. Several ravens report a large hole in the ground nearby. There's strange marks all around it, one says. Some look fresh, others look like they've been there as long as the mountains. Spar looks up. This hole have smooth sides? About as deep as a varl, he asks. The men nod and Spar grunts. What's in the hole? Don't make me beat some answers out of you, old man. Stay away from anything that leads back into the ground. Don't make me beat some answers out of you, old man. I didn't say anything because there isn't much to say, Spar says, wheezing. I've seen a few holes like that other places around the world. One had a bag of jewels buried right in the center. Everyone starts getting excited. Another one, Spar says louder, fell away into a pit of adders. Heard a man die a more painful death in that one than anything on the battlefield. The buzz of excitement dies. No more surprises. Let's move. Everyone seems pleased to be moving away from some mysterious hole in the ground. Nice, a bit of morale. Alright, here we go. We got a whole bunch of dredge coming up, it looks. Godstone.
I always respected Big Lighter the Builder, but if he made those caves we went through, well, I'd have killed him myself.
The Godstone. It's an interesting one for sure. You knaves, watch your step around these cans, Spar says, hacking. Many a foolish pilgrim have given their life at the base of this frozen cliff. And don't try working one of those stones free either, or you'll bring the whole damn thing down on us. He glares at Ollie, who pulls his hands away from a stone quickly. The pieces of Baglera's godstone, put together without mortar or daub, represent the mastery of the god's own skill. In life, he travelled the land, laying the world's cavernous foundations and raising mountains. He was ever regarded by the other gods with a wary respect, for one who knows how to put things together will also know how to take them apart. The sound of snickering draws your attention, and you see some kids grabbing stones from other cans to build a new one of their own. Shout for them to knock it off, knock theirs over and run them off. Grab a stone and toss it to them to add. Shout for them to knock it off. Go on, you yell. The kids flee instantly, slipping on the ice, but making it back to the others safely. Spar chuckles. How do you think all these other piles were made? He places a stone on another can as you start to walk away. An uneasy feeling washes over you, and you scan the ravens, clansmen, and Bellower's cart for any threat. Blood axe, Spar says in a tone stripped of all humour. My eyes are too old to trust what I'm seeing down there. You follow his gaze and growl. On the distant fields below is a massive dredge too numerous to count. Waves of them are pouring over the hills, though they don't move like an attacking force. There's a banner among them, Volker says near you, but I can't make out the crest. You wave off her comment and roar a command. Move! The darkness in the background. That's one hell of a steep descent there. Dredge are pouring over those hills like ants. Morale decline when we come up to this little town here. I think we stop for a couple of days rest. The fighters at the front of the company begin hacking away these dense underbrush. We'll be here all day if the rest of you don't grab your axes and start chopping, one of them growls before wincing at a pain in his hand. As he says, everyone grab an axe. Your hand going lame on you. Forget this path, we'll find another way. As he says, everyone grab an axe. You berate and threaten anyone not chopping through the dense foliage. The fibrous vines and sticky leaves soon fill the air. Everyone is covered in plant matter, everyone but Ollie, who is standing at distance throwing axes at vines ineffectively. Ah, Falker's cry of agony is uncommon enough to draw your attention. Others start cringing and yelping too. Knock it, rah! Before you can finish shouting, a burning, stinging pain tears through your arms and eyes and nose. I think that plant is poison, Ollie says before taking another drink. He feels around in his pouch and holds out some brown wet leaves. Here, these are counts. These counters. These make the poison go away and the pain ripples through you again, making you want to vomit. Grab the leaves and eat them. You shove the leaves in your mouth, swallowing quickly. How long does it take to work, you ask? I don't know, because you just rubbed them on your skin. He hands out leaves to everyone else. A little does a lot, you hear him say. Soon the pain passes, but the entire caravan needs rest. Alright, is this a town? The company comes upon a small village, the people still hard at work with only an occasional glance skyward to the approaching darkness. Folker sees a man chopping wood as she learned to do a lifetime ago. These people don't know what's coming. They'll figure it out soon enough, you say, and turn to the rest of the caravan. We get what we need from this place and rest if necessary. The next few days will be the hardest and the last some of you will ever see. Folker gives you a look and you snort. Alright, well, as you instruct a man to check the cart wheels and yoke straps, you hear someone say, hello again. You turn quickly and see the man, Ditch, quiet as always, but wisely out of your immediate axe reach. What do you want, you ask? Well, just that I was scouting around this place, you know, Ditch says, and I went up on a hill to watch the dredge. The banner we saw, it's from Einartoft. Einartoft? You grimace as the town's name floods your mind with images. A giant bridge, hundreds of varl, either in your way, your anger focused just beyond him. Einartoft was sacked, the old varl leader, Krummer says. You'd better be as sure as crap stinks about what you saw, human. Ditch nods quickly. Then I'm going after them, Krummer says. It's not a request. Join the old varl, though it could be suicide. Let the old varl kill himself if he wants, but he'll die alone. Yeah, screw it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Stick with him, you growl to the few fighters you allow to join. If he's still as lucky as he claims, we'll grab the others and get back in one piece. Here we go. Well, this is going to be interesting, isn't it? Let's load up on varl. As many as we can. Let's go like this, actually. Let's go like that. Ready for battle. Alright. Well, yeah, there ain't nothing to it but to do it. Ready. Let's let them come to us. Jesus Christ. Okay, letting him come to us didn't work in that particular fucking case, did it? So these motherfuckers are getting bloody shards. I have shards coming off of them now. Well, isn't that fun? Wonder how long that bloody thing lasts. Like, does it stop after his next turn or what? Yeah, it appears so. That's good. They're doing fucking mega damage though. So yeah, this might have just been suicide, considering I don't know what the hell was going on. Yeah, and he's about to give them all fucking. That is annoying as hell. No. Oh, what? Deflected a 90%? Fucking hell. Ah, shit. He's gonna attack fucking someone random now. Okay, he hit him again, that's good. Next, yeah, okay, this has got, hopefully this fucking puts a kill on. Come on, 70%, yes, that's the one. Alright, so their spiky skin should be finished now. You know what, just, well, Bolverk is down, but we can get a really good Tempest swing out of this guy. So let's do it. Good. Oh yeah, there's a banner in the background there. Sigbjorn's been injured. Bolverk has been injured. Bach has been injured. You get a bunch of renown. The mangled appearance of a warl stands in front of you long enough to shout, "You want to stare at me or get out of this feigned mess?" He and the other wild fighters lope past you with all the strength they have left, knocking away any dredge that get too close. Once back in the village, the deep tones of the scarred warl utters curses you've never heard before. Then he sees you. "You the feigned leader of these pathetic humans?" the shieldbanger asks you. "These humans are the Ravens," you say. "And I'm I'm Bolverk. Who are you and why do you look like you were spit out by a cold bear?" The warl stares at you and then cracks what might be a smile beneath all the facial wounds. "Fasolt, former commander of what was Einartoft," he says. "You might recognize this one beside me." You glance at the warl, one with barely any horns or beard. "Kvig?" you ask. "What in the depths?" Kvig is the youngest warl, the last one made. "We're all that's left of those who fled Grofheim and stood against Einartoft," Fasolt says. "Kvig, run and get us some damn drinks and some meat. Bolverk, I need to talk." I always figured the ravens were a myth. A varl always being around so many humans doesn't make any sense. I need fighters, and there's a lot more humans to choose from these days. The scowl leaves Assault's face for the first time, a distant look in his eyes. I'm alive by luck alone. No skill with a weapon or desire to kill could have seen me through that. Einartoft was a massacre. Assault grows quiet. What happened back there? How did you make it through the fields of dredge? Stick with us and you can get some revenge. What happened back there? More death than I've seen in all my centuries combined. Bellower led an incredible force against us, with such precision. He moved his hordes of fighters around like his own arms and legs. And if we fang cut one off, he just grew another. Why do you feel proud? Yeah, why do you feel proud? Why didn't more of you flee? Jorundr, he decided to make a stand. I was left dead, woke up to actual ravens pecking my face, damn near got my eyes. Fasol grows quiet. How did you make it through the fields of dredge? This stuff behind us, fain easy, those aren't all dredge warriors. They might be all be armed, but they're mostly families. Most won't bother if you leave them alone. Since when have dredge ever left us alone? They'll still kill you if you stick your ass on the ground for too long, but I'm telling you what I've fain seen. Most of those stone bastards seem to be running scared. Most. It seems to be a number of them hunting something or someone through. Fasol grows quiet. Let's go. The Battle of Borsgard was a bloodbath too. Oh, what happened? The ravens were called in to keep people from rioting. Trying to get those people to leave was useless. Then Bellower showed up with an army. A human took him down. A human? The immortal Bellower's dead? This question makes you tense, though you're unclear why. Wait, which human? A girl, daughter of a hunter named Rook, shot asunder with some sort of Walka arrow. The wild's demeanor changes. He's growling. Is Rook still alive? Last I knew, he was leading their group to Arborang. Why? Because I've come all this way with a faint message for him from our former king. Fasolt's eyes, accented by the torn skin, look deadly. If you're heading west, I'll stay with you to the old ford. You have more questions, but decide to leave the wild with his brooding thoughts. Alright, well, we need to rest. We got plenty of injuries now, so yeah, let's just rest the 3 days. 1, 2, 3. We'll get great morale. We'll look at the market. Yeah, I think we just need to load up on supplies. As bad as it sounds. Alright. No, there's no training camp in towns. You have to do that on your actual camp. Anyway, I think that's as good a place as any to leave this episode, even though it's a little bit short. So yeah, thanks for joining me today, especially if you've made it through to the end of the video. Please like it if you've been enjoying the story, and maybe you want to subscribe so you can continue on this adventure with me. As always, feel free to leave a comment. Yeah, maybe you want to tell me you would have done something differently, or you've noticed something that I haven't noticed, or you think something's cool. Whatever. It's your comment to make. So, yeah. Hope you all have a good day. Never stop loving life.